So today I want to take a look at a film that has gone through various name changes. Alice, Sweet Alice, 1978. The original title of the film was Communion, originally released in 1976. Alice, Sweet Alice was the second title, which was released with the gaining popularity of actress Brooke Shields at the time. The film was re-released in conjunction with her film A Pretty Baby. The last release of the title was Holy Terror in 1981. The film does take place in the early 60s. In all honesty, I actually spent more time studying the fashion than actually watching the film, but it really is a great movie. A lot of suspense and mystery involved. So the film does focus on Alice, played by Paula Shepherd. She is the older sister to Karen, played by Brooke Shields. There's just a lot of jealousy and tension that I did notice between the two siblings, aside from how spoiled rotten both of them are. The way I see it is Alice is probably envious of her younger sister Karen. She also has a lot of antisocial tendencies. The first 15 to 20 minutes of the film does follow Karen. It does focus on her first communion. We do see her getting prepared. She has her new dress ordered. She has her little veil. Of course, Alice, being Alice, goes, snatches the veil, tries it on, torments her sister. Another of the gifts that was given to Alice by Father Todd was a golden crucifix. This is also an item which Alice is quite envious of, as well as a porcelain doll, which Karen obviously cares very much for. Karen does not stay around in the film very long. She is the last one in line to go out for the communion ceremony at the church. She is quickly snatched up, strangled, stuffed into a bench, and set on fire. The next scene, we see Alice walking out wearing the veil, attempting to receive the host. All would have gone well, except a nosy nun, obviously taking notice of Karen's smoking body, no pun intended, lets out a yelp of fear. The ceremony is disrupted. Obviously now we go into grieving mode as the mother has obviously lost a child. Of course, does become the prime suspect, as she was the last person to see Alice, as well as the fact that where did she find the veil if Karen had been stuffed away. I would say the quick moral of the story, don't wear dead people's clothes. Eventually Alice is subjected to a police interrogation. She is tied up to a lie detector monitor. Later, she is submitted for psychiatric evaluation. We do realize this child is possibly a lot more warped than we had suspected. She is very cunning, very conniving, but all in all, she is still just a young girl who basically clings to mommy's petticoats. Once Alice is released from the asylum, there is an attack on her aunt, who is currently staying in the home in support of the grieving mother. She is determined that Alice is the one who attacked her. Alice was the only one who could have attacked her, as she feels Alice did not like her. A short time afterward, a plan is devised in order to catch the culprit. During yet another communion ceremony, Father Todd, who was the gentleman who gifted Karen the crucifix, does work in compliance with the police. During this ceremony, we do see Mrs. Tredani, who is the housekeeper to Father Tom, enters, attempts to receive the host. Upon being denied, she goes berserk and attacks the priest. She is, of course, apprehended, and Alice basically ends the film as she exits the church with a very brutish, a very cold, hard look on her face as she does tuck away the murder item. This action obviously does believe the audience to believe that Mrs. Tredani had been the killer all along. In all honesty, I still doubt the fact that she was the only person with the red hands in this film. Both Alice and Miss Tredani don the same disguise, and it is not fully certain at some points who is the person in the disguise, who is the person committing these acts. Some acts are obviously more apparent than others, but I have extreme doubt that Alice was innocent in all of this, and I still question to myself, how far would she have gone had Miss Tredani not actually been in the picture? Had she not been apprehended, how much further would she have gone on her own? Which other acts would she have committed? I also love the fact that the film dares the viewer to continue questioning long after the film is over. Aside from being a cult classic, the film has the notoriety of being Brooke Shields' film debut. This is also the film which introduced Paula Shepherd. She was 19 years old at the time and playing a 12-year-old, which I find absolutely fascinating. She definitely does look like a child. And to my knowledge, Paula Shepherd has only done 2 films, Liquid Sky being the second. I would definitely love to track this film down. The whole premise sounds very interesting, maybe even bizarre and possibly cheesy. Alice, Sweet Alice is definitely an extremely fascinating film, definitely worth the time to sit and watch. Even if you've never even heard the film, just buy a copy. Don't even bother to rent it. You will not regret the purchase whatsoever. But that is all I have for you today. I will talk to you later.